The eccentric, short-tempered Professor Challenger, played by Willis O'Brien, wants to prove the existence of dinosaurs living in an unexplored plateau in the Amazon. His expedition team includes a stuck-up professor, played by Arthur Hoyt, who belongs to a group of disbelieving scientists, a kind-hearted, renowned hunter, played by Lewis Stone, who believes Challenger's stories of prehistoric creatures, young Paula White, an American woman, played by Bessie Love, who wants to save her father, who was abandoned on the dangerous plateau, and a bumbling London reporter, played by Lloyd Hughes, who wants to do something extraordinary to win the hand of his fiancée, but nonetheless finds himself falling for Paula. The Lost World, now in its most complete form in decades thanks to a restoration released on Blu-ray by Flicker Alley just last month, starts off great with colorful characters, a fun premise, and some terrific production values like great model work, excellent outdoor photography, and real-life animals that add to the authenticity of the story. Sadly, once our heroes reach the plateau, they don't seem to have much to do. The Malone and Paula romance is sweet, but it's somewhat laughable how quickly and easily these two fall in love. And we're punished with an embarrassing blackface character who is incredibly offensive and utterly pointless to the overall narrative. Perhaps the greatest crime of all is the dinosaurs set the plot in motion, but they rarely hinder or affect our heroes in any way. The actions of the dinosaurs and our protagonists usually remaining separate, despite a few run-ins between the two. The dinosaurs' movements, despite being rich in character, are stilted. They're simply not as refined as Willis O'Brien's stop-motion work 8 years later in King Kong. Even though the film underwhelms a bit by this section, there's still some truly spectacular cinematography that shows off the awe, wonder, and majesty of this harsh but sometimes beautiful lost world. So the film wastes a lot of its potential, but there's still much to recommend it. At the very least, it's worth a look just to take a gander at the early days of O'Brien's animation, and while flawed, it's easy to see why audiences in 1925 would be so amazed by the long ago extinct creatures coming to life in front of their very eyes.